Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the breakthrough in the Middle East, some relief for Southern California, and a new rocket launch overnight. Breakthrough. Celebrations on the streets after Hamas and Israel agree to a ceasefire. This morning, Israel says there's a last-minute snag. What it means, as the families of the hostages, including 2 Americans, await their release.
I can't allow myself to raise expectations until I'm giving Keith a hug.
The Biden and Trump teams work together to get the deal across the finish line. Ian Pannell is live in Hostage Square, and top White House National Security spokesman John Kirby joins us live with the latest.
President Biden's farewell.
I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern.
Addressing the nation one last time from the Oval Office.
Investigation intensifies what may have started those catastrophic wildfires. With thousands displaced, some unable to find a place to live due to price gouging.
You will be publicly shamed. I want to make that crystal clear. So stop it right now.
The LA District Attorney with that stark warning.
Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi grilled on her loyalty to President-elect Trump.
I will not politicize that office. I will not target people simply because of their political affiliation.
And going after his political enemies. What's ahead?
Bottle to throttle. A pilot for a major airline arrested for allegedly being intoxicated. Now, the passenger speaks out.
Drake dropping a lawsuit, taking on his own music label over Kendrick Lamar's 2024 summer anthem, Not Like Us.
They not like us. They not like us.
Now, what it could mean for Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show.
And another blast off overnight. Now Blue Origin launching a rocket into orbit, and what the 2025 space race means for the future.
Live from Times Square, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have a lot to get to on this busy Thursday, including the Transportation Department taking action against some major airlines over chronically delayed flights.
Also ahead, FDA has banned red dye number 3. It's in so many foods. We're going to talk to Dr. Sutton about that.
We're going to begin, though, with the historic ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas after 15 months of war. Celebrations breaking out across Israel and the Gaza Strip as word spread of the deal. Hamas set to release 33 hostages, including some of the Americans still being held. Top White House National Security spokesman John Kirby, you see there, he's standing by. Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell is in Tel Aviv with the latest. And Ian, as the world watches closely, waiting for the deal to go into effect, Israel is saying there's a possible last-minute snag. What can you share with us? Good morning.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good morning, Robin. Concerns now, certainly here in Hostage Squares, where the families of those taken back on October 7th, 2023 gather, that perhaps this deal isn't as done as everyone thought just 24 hours ago. Reminder of where this started. 467 days ago, these are the faces of those who were kidnapped, taken by Hamas into Gaza, many of them killed, some have been returned, but of course everyone waiting for more to be returned. But now the Netanyahu government is accusing Hamas of reneging on the deal. They were supposed to have met already this morning. The Security Cabinet should have ratified the deal, but that hasn't happened, raising questions about what happens next. For their part, Hamas is saying the deal is still on. This morning, celebrations on the streets of Gaza and mixed emotions in Israel after that breakthrough ceasefire and hostage agreement. Gazans rejoicing at the prospect of reprieve from a brutal war that's decimated much of the Gazan landscape, killing more than 46,000 Palestinians. Israelis also relieved, but many reluctant to trust Netanyahu's government after so many false dawns. And this morning, Prime Minister Netanyahu delaying cabinet approval, accusing Hamas of reneging on part of the agreement. But for its part, Hamas saying it remains committed to the deal. Both President Biden and President-elect Trump claiming credit for the deal. But in his farewell address last night, President Biden touting cooperation to get it across the finish line.
This plan was developed and negotiated by my team, and will be largely implemented by the incoming administration. That's why I told my team to keep the incoming administration fully informed, because that's how it should be, working together as Americans.
The deal in 3 phases. The first set to begin this Sunday, lasting 42 days and including the release of 33 hostages, starting with women, children and the elderly. It's expected to include 2 of the 7 Americans captured and believed to still be alive. Sagi Dekelchen, who was injured, the father of 3, could be meeting his youngest daughter for the first time. She was born 2 months after he was taken. And Keith Siegel, who was taken from Kibbutz Kfar Aza. We spoke to his brother Lee this morning.
I can't allow myself to raise expectations until I'm giving Keith a hug. An agreement is fine. We need an agreement. Apparently we need phases. It will take time. I understand that. But until Keith has been delivered to Israel, I have to keep my expectations real.
In exchange for the hostages, hundreds of Palestinian prisoners will also be freed. Israeli forces will pull back and more desperately needed aid will flow into Gaza. Negotiations for the rest of the deal will also begin during phase 1, which, if successful, could mean the end of a long and devastating war beginning 15 months ago when Hamas invaded southern Israel and massacred 1,200 Israelis and others and took more than 250 hostages into the Gaza Strip.
Well, despite all the hopes for peace, the bombing and the killing continues. Since that ceasefire was announced only yesterday, more than 70 Palestinians have been killed in strikes across Gaza, and there are fears that could escalate in the final few days. I think it's hoped by a lot of people here, George, that the latest objections from Netanyahu's government aren't enough to scupper this deal. But if it isn't approved by the Security Cabinet today, then there is a risk that that Sunday, the 19th of January start date for a ceasefire, the return of the hostages that everyone here is praying for, could be delayed. George?
Okay, Ian, thanks. Let's start to the White House National Security spokesman, John Kirby, about all this. So, John, is there a deal or not?
There's a deal, George, and we're confident that we're going to be able to start implementing it on Sunday. There are some implementing details that still need to be ironed out. We're working with the Israelis on that very, very hard right now, but we're confident that we're going to get there.
So, you know, this deal has basically been on the table since the summer. This was the original plan that President Biden put forward. Was there a breakthrough moment that finally got it done?
There was a bunch of things that got it done. First of all, Hamas is in a much weaker position now than they were in May when this deal got put on the table. They're also more isolated with the ceasefire with Israel and Hezbollah. They can't count on Hezbollah coming to their aid. Iran is much weaker. So there's been a lot of developments that have put Hamas in a situation where they were more desperate to get to a deal, and that's where we are.
Pressure from President-elect Trump help as well?
The comments by President-elect Trump, particularly his support for this deal and making it public that he supported this deal, did send a strong signal to everybody in the region, including Hamas, and it certainly, I think, sent a strong signal to the hostage families and the hostages themselves that this was going to continue, that this effort was going to continue. And as the president said last night, this new team, the Trump team, is going to have to implement this deal, which is why President Biden made sure that we were keeping them informed and coordinating with them all the way through this process.
Are you confident the remaining American hostages are alive?
Well, we know that there are several that are still alive, George. We don't have perfect visibility on every single one, but I think we have a pretty good sense. We know who's going to be coming out in this first tranche. There will be additional Americans coming out in follow-on tranches. So, you know, we're working on this very, very hard.
And what do you expect the future of Gaza to eventually look like?
Whatever it looks like, George, it can't be what it looks like now with Hamas in charge. So the post-conflict Gaza, all the governance that needs to happen there, meeting the aspirations of the Palestinian people, all that needs to be ironed out. And it's going to have to be done regionally, which is why Secretary Blinken has been working so hard on a day-after plan for how we can make sure that Hamas cannot return, cannot be in power, cannot threaten Israel, and yet all the aspirations for safety and security of the Palestinian people can be met, as well as those of the Israeli people.
John Kirby, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, George, thank you. More now on President Biden's farewell address overnight. Biden delivered a defense of democracy and a stark warning to the nation. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, joins us now with more. Good morning, Mary.
Michael, good morning. Well, the president used this speech last night to tout his accomplishments and try to define his own legacy. He did acknowledge that many of his policies haven't resonated with Americans, saying it's going to take time, but that the seeds are planted. But what stood out most was the way the president used these remarks to really underscore the importance of American democracy and the need to protect it. The president with a stark warning about unchecked power.
I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy.
The president then issuing a plea to protect democratic institutions like the free press and warning of the dangers of misinformation. And as Biden's own political career now winds down after more than 50 years, he is urging Americans to stay engaged, to keep up his fight. The president saying now it's your turn to stand guard. His final message, I love America. You love it too. Robin.
All right, Mary, our thanks to you. Now we have the latest on the fire catastrophe in Los Angeles. Winds are easing, helping firefighters while the search for answers intensifies. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman is in Pacific Palisades for us this morning. Good morning, Matt.
Robin, good morning. That's right. The winds have finally subsided. Humidity is up, giving firefighters a much-needed break, but also crews like this a chance to begin restoring services in these communities just completely devastated by this fire, but also giving a chance to investigators to access places where the fire may have started.
This morning, as firefighters gain the upper hand on the wildfires that savaged Southern California last week, the investigation into what caused those catastrophic fires is intensifying. Multiple neighbors publishing images of what was possibly the start of the Eaton fire.
You see the fire at the base of the transmission tower.
You do.
What does that tell you when you see that video?
That a fire started at the base of the transmission tower. I don't know if there's any connection to Southern California Edison or whoever owned those high tension lines above. I don't know what started the fire.
SoCal Edison has said it's seen no evidence their equipment started the fire, but they are investigating. And dozens are still missing as crews from across California comb through the rubble.
Careful.
And there, amid the wreckage, we found Linda Zhang calling out for her cat, Nico.
Nico! Nico! Oh, my cat ran back in when I was leaving the fire.
She asked us to show his picture.
Nico, if I can even find his tag, I might have some closure, or maybe he's still alive.
Like thousands of others who've been displaced, she says she now can't find a place to live and has experienced price gouging firsthand.
Now, the landlords won't even let me rent like a small apartment because they know that the market's going to be a seller's market.
And so you think you won't be able to afford a new place?
I won't be able to. I already got rejected the other day from a studio.
LA's district attorney demanding it stop.
Not only are you going to be looking at criminal penalties, you will be looking at civil penalties. You will be publicly shamed.
And for some displaced students, a return to class.
Thanks for opening the school for us. Thank you.
Their own schools in the Palisades charred and frozen in the moment they had to flee. There, those lunchboxes covered in ash. Other schools now opening their doors and their arms to them.
Nightmares of no house and all my stuff being gone. My childhood memories might be gone.
FEMA says it has received 53,000 applications for aid from households and distributed $12 million. And I know we talked about the conditions here improving in terms of weather, but next week there are 2 Santa Ana wind events forecast. Luckily, both of them predicted to be less ferocious than the ones that just destroyed the Palisades here last week. George.
Let's hope they get the fires under control first. Okay, Matt, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the confirmation hearings for President-elect Trump's cabinet picks. Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi was grilled by Democrats, but appears to be on her way to confirmation. Senior congressional correspondent Rachel Scott is on Capitol Hill. Good morning, Rachel.
George, this morning, Pam Bondi, Trump's pick for Attorney General, does seem to be on a very clear path to being confirmed by the United States Senate, but she still faced some tough questions about whether the Department of Justice can remain independent, given her loyalty to President-elect Donald Trump.
This morning, Capitol Hill preparing for another marathon day of confirmation hearings after Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi was pressed on her loyalty to President-elect Donald Trump and whether she could act independently.
I will not politicize that office. I will not target people simply because of their political affiliation.
The former Florida State Attorney General represented Trump during his first impeachment trial, and she's pushed false claims of voter fraud in the 2020 election. Grilled by Democrats, she still refused to say that Trump lost that election.
Who won the 2020 presidential election?
Joe Biden is the President of the United States.
Ms. Bondi, you know that there is a difference between acknowledging it and, I can say that Donald Trump won the 2024 election. I may not like it, but I can say it.
Democrats also asking about Trump's vow for retribution and FBI Director nominee Kash Patel's promise to go after the president-elect's political enemies.
I believe that Kash is the right person at this time for this job. You'll have the ability to question Mr. Patel.
And I'm questioning you right now about whether you will enforce an enemies list that he announced publicly on television.
Oh, Senator, I'm sorry. There will never be an enemies list within the Department of Justice.
Bondi was asked repeatedly if she would investigate former special counsel Jack Smith or former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who Trump has said should go to jail.
Are you aware of any factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith sitting here today? Yes or no?
Senator, I will look at the facts and the circumstances.
You can't answer that question?
Bondi is on a clear path to being confirmed. Republicans on the committee praising her qualifications.
I have the greatest deal of respect for you personally and professionally. This is a great pick by President Trump. You're going to do a great job.
And over in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, a rare moment of bipartisan praise for Secretary of State nominee Marco Rubio.
What you've seen is a nominee who is extremely well prepared.
Your extensive foreign policy experience and your deep understanding of international relations, I think, makes you a perfect choice for the position.
That really was a rare moment of bipartisanship. And so the confirmation hearings do continue today for Trump's picks for EPA, Interior, and Treasury, Michael.
Rachel, thank you so much for bringing that to us. We know you'll be covering it all. And we're going to turn now to Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket successfully lifting off overnight. And our Trevor Ault is here to break down the blast off and what is the picture of the future of the space race?
Well, Michael, it means that there's competition in the business of launching rockets, which you wouldn't necessarily think, but we got at least two major companies now that we've seen some success with. Check it out. So this is Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket. It launched for the first time this morning in Cape Canaveral. It safely made it into orbit in about 12 and a half minutes on its first go. Took a prototype satellite up there with it. Blue Origin is considering this a big success. They are thrilled with this outcome, achieving their primary objective, even though they didn't stick the landing with the booster. And even Elon Musk, who is technically the competition because he owns SpaceX, he tweeted congratulations for reaching orbit on that first attempt. Jeff Bezos owns Blue Origin. A lot of money in the new space race.
Yeah. Yes, it sure is. All right, thank you so much for that. Trevor, and coming up, from rap battle to court battle, Drake. He's suing his own music label over Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us. Dan Abrams is standing by with what it could mean for Kendrick's Super Bowl performance.
Also, TikTok is now 3 days away from going dark. Elizabeth Schultz has the details. Hey, Elizabeth.
Hey, George, I'm going to tell you what that TikTok ban might look like on your app and what you can do now to preserve your videos and your data.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you. And what you should know about the FDA's ban on red dye number 3 in our foods.
Keep on singing, Robin. No. You know, it's day 16 of the new year. Need a little motivation? Our guy Sean T is here to help you start strong. We'll be right back.
Got me like, oh my God, I'm so in love. How you finally, you make me want to say, oh.
Welcome back. That is Usher headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. And it's only 24 days until Kendrick Lamar is set to take center stage. But Drake just dropped a new lawsuit about his hit track, Not Like Us. We're going to break it all down coming up in just a few moments.
Dan Abrams is here for that, following a lot of headlines as well. The ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas after 15 months of war. Celebrations broke out across Israel and the Gaza Strip as word spread of the deal. Hamas set to release 33 hostages, including some of the Americans still being held. But this morning, Prime Minister Netanyahu delayed cabinet approval, accusing Hamas of reneging on part of the agreement. Hamas says it remains committed to the deal, and as we heard in our previous half hour, the White House remains confident the deal is in place. Also right now, new this morning, the Pope has taken another fall for the second time this month. 88-year-old Pope Francis did not break his arm, but it is in a sling out of precaution.
Hopefully he makes a full recovery there. And the federal government is taking action against airlines over some chronic flight delays. They filed suit against Southwest Airlines. Frontier Airlines is also being fined. And remember last week, JetBlue was fined. JetBlue, in response, called out air traffic controller shortages, urging the government to update the air traffic control system to limit delays. And big congratulations to the 2025 College Football Hall of Fame class, including Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Michael Vick, and some guy named Michael Strahan. Congratulations. Awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, you get another ring?
I think so, but that was so long ago I forgot I played football, Robin. I went to college.
Tell folks where you played.
Texas Southern University.
That's right. All
Very
right.
proud of it.
You are. And we've got a lot more ahead, including the latest on the looming TikTok ban. What could happen on Sunday and what could change everything? That is coming up.
But now we turn to rapper Drake suing his own music label, Universal Music, over the label's promotion of a Kendrick Lamar track, which he says includes false, defamatory, and dangerous accusations. Dan Abrams is standing by for us, but first, Morgan Orwood is here with more on this story. Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, good morning to you, Michael. Kendrick Lamar and Drake's rap beef ruled summer 2024, right? But now it's more than just fiery diss tracks. It's a full-on federal lawsuit. Drake dropped his petition against Spotify, but now he's suing his own label over Kendrick's Grammy-nominated diss track, Not Like Us. And with Kendrick hitting the Super Bowl halftime stage in just weeks, fans are now wondering, will he drop the mic or the bars that started it all?
They not like us. They not like us.
It's the scathing diss track turned Grammy-nominated hit.
He has all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot.
Just weeks before he takes the main stage at the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar's 2024 summer anthem, Not Like Us, is the focus of a defamation lawsuit from the rapper on the receiving end of his lyrical jabs, fellow music superstar Drake.
I hold back sometimes I won't. Yeah. I feel good sometimes I don't.
Drake now suing Universal Music Group, where Kendrick is also his label mate, over Lamar's #1 song. And the lawsuit, Drake alleging that UMG knowingly approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a rap track, which was intended to convey the specific, unmistakable, and false factual allegation that Drake is a criminal pedophile. The lawsuit citing provocative bars and Not Like Us like this.
Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.
Though Kendrick's lyrics are at the center of the lawsuit, in a statement, Drake's lawyers telling ABC News, this lawsuit is not brought against Kendrick Lamar. This lawsuit reveals the human and business consequences to UMG's elevations of profits over the safety and well-being of its artists. The music company firing back, calling the claims illogical, adding that Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry, to engage in conventionally outrageous back-and-forth rap battles, to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression.
This is unprecedented when it comes to a rap beef being settled in the courtroom. Rap beef is usually settled on the airwaves. You are oftentimes going for the most creative, lyrical statement you can make to really add lyrical and verbal injury, not physical, but verbal injury.
The lawsuit coming just 3 weeks before Kendrick set to headline the halftime show at this year's Super Bowl.
You know there's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it. Be humble. Holla, holla, sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
The Los Angeles-based artist has 5 #1 hits.
Remember when you tried to write me off? Remember when you thought I'd take a loss?
While Drake has topped the charts 13 times.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me.
So look, these two started as occasional collaborators, but over the past decade, they've traded subliminal bars up until this latest battle. This lawsuit, though, it's definitely not bringing them any closer to a truce. Now, we did reach out to Kendrick Lamar's team for comment. No word back yet. So, Michael, in the words of Kendrick Lamar, he said, we might be all right, but when it comes to him and Drake, definitely not the case here.
Yep, none subliminal about a lawsuit. All right, Morgan, thank you so much for that. And we're going to bring in ABC News Chief Legal Analyst Dan Abrams. And Dan, the big question, will this affect Kendrick Lamar performing this song at the Super Bowl? If he does he open himself up for a lawsuit?
Well, I don't think he's worried, right? I mean, he's the one who wrote the song. He performs the song. The question is, will it prevent, Fox or any of the other entities that are promoting the Super Bowl? Are they going to go to him and say, with this lawsuit pending, could you perform maybe another song, a different song? I think that's the whole purpose of this lawsuit. At this time, right now, I think the goal is stop him from performing this song at the Super Bowl.
So I can't even believe we're talking about this, but could Drake sue Kendrick Lamar over the lyrics. Isn't there artistic expression?
Yeah, I mean, look, there is artistic expression, but he could definitely sue me. He mentions him by name, right? It is clear it is of and about Drake. It's not a question of, well, maybe he names him. So if the argument is what you said about me is false and defamatory, even though it's in a song, you could still sue him. Same way you could do it if it's in a documentary or some other artistic expression. You could still file a lawsuit. But what's so fascinating here is he didn't file the lawsuit against him. He filed it just against the record label. And that, again, makes you think that there's something else going on here beyond just trying to get some sort of money because of defamation.
So you're saying it's about mostly stopping performance at the Super Bowl, but do the claims have any legal merit?
It's a tough lawsuit. I mean, this is a tough lawsuit. You have to be able to show that they knew or should have known the claims were false, right? The evidence that they present of that seems to be mostly, well, would they have worked with him if they knew that this was true? They would never have worked with him. You know, this is typically the kind of law that's applied to like a newspaper or a television where people have been involved in the process of putting together a story. And here they're applying that law to a record label saying, well, you guys knew or should have known that this was false, and now you're responsible for it legally. Tough lawsuit to win.
Something new. Thanks very much. We're going to the latest on TikTok now. With the ban looming, we're learning new details about what may happen to the app. Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington with the details. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning, George. So TikTok's lawyer says the app will go dark in the U.S. on January 19th. That'll likely mean it'll still be on your phone. You won't face penalties for trying to log in, but it might not actually work. And that is because the company is now reportedly planning to proactively shut down for its more than 100 million existing U.S. users on Sunday. So instead of your feed, a message would pop up directing you to a website with information about the ban. George, TikTok isn't commenting on that plan as of now.
President-elect Trump has said he wants to stop the ban. Can he?
Well, President-elect Trump says, according to sources familiar with the discussions, he's looking at options, including an executive order that could keep TikTok available. Now, how he can overrule the law isn't exactly clear. George, we're also told this morning that the Biden administration is saying Americans shouldn't expect this app to go dark. They are looking at how to enforce the law. But at the end of the day, this did pass with broad bipartisan support. The question is what executive orders could overrule that. One thing to think about just for users right now is that with this set to go dark, possibly in 3 days, it might be a good time to download some of your data, save videos that you want to keep from the app. You can do that by going into your settings and downloading it from there, guys.
That's a really good idea, Elizabeth. Thanks for sharing that. Now, with the FDA banning a red dye found in many foods you may have in your kitchen right now, this is over cancer concerns. Medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton joins us now. So this is a specific red dye number 3. What products are we talking about, and what are the major concerns?
So red dye number 3, it's made from petroleum, and it's in many different products, from candies to cakes, even certain dairy products like strawberry milk, and even over-the-counter products like certain cough syrup and supplements. So in 2022, there was a petition that was formed by at least 24 health advocates, and the reason why is because past studies have shown that high doses of red dye number 3 were associated with cancer. More specifically, in rat studies, it was associated with thyroid cancer.
How soon will the products be coming off shelf?
So it's expected to be phased out by January of 2027. For drugs, it's expected to be phased out a year later, January of 2028. And it's important to know that imported foods also must abide by this law. And I didn't say this at the first time, but it's also necessary to understand that there was no evidence of cancer found in humans in any studies.
Before the ban takes place, what if you already have these products in your house right now?
Yeah, you can start by looking at food labels. You can list, the food labels will list the coloring ingredients that are involved in that food package. And also, while you're looking at that food label, as we were talking during the commercial break, take a look at added sugars, take a look at saturated fats. And if that product has more than 5 ingredients, it's more likely an ultra-processed food. These are products that we want to limit in our grocery carts.
All right, and we'll have you back. And I know you're going to be talking about this on GMA3?
On GMA3,
All
see
right.
you there.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Darian.
It is time for our play of the day, and this one gives new meaning to the term storming the court. Will Reeve is here with more for us. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, one and all. Yeah, that's normally reserved for March Madness.
Yeah.
We go to the Big South Conference between Gardner-Webb and Radford. Who cares? There's a kid on the court. That's what we're here for. It's 74-71 with a minute left in the game. This is crunch time, and this kid needs to get his nervous energy out, I guess. He runs all the way across the court.
The main thing is there's not one parent chasing him.
Nope. And then number 4 grabs him and carries him off and hands him to someone. We hope that's...
We're still waiting for a parent.
Yeah, right. If you are that child's parent, please contact Good Morning America to let us know that everything is okay. The Big South Conference tweeted, and the 6th Man of the Year award goes to that kid, and the Radford Highlanders won the game, as you all already knew, I assume.
I thought they were going to probably ban him for life from the NFL. Okay, give him an award.
Against the rules.
Thank you, Will. And they're going to be back with us for Pop News.
Sure will.
All right, but coming up, celebrity fitness trainer Shaun T is helping us build muscle with great workouts that you can do this morning from your home. No weights required.
Come on, put that head up, let's go.
Good Morning America, it's 8 a.m. Breakthrough. Celebrations on the streets after Hamas and Israel agree to a ceasefire. This morning, Israel says there's a last-minute snag, what it means, as the families of the hostages, including 2 Americans, await their release. The Biden and Trump teams work together to get this deal across the finish line. Ian Pannell is live in Hostage Square.
This morning, the American Cancer Society releasing its annual report. The alarming rise in cancer among women and younger people. The chief scientific officer joins us live with more, what you can do, and the signs of hope.
Starting strong to get strong. Shaun T is here with the workouts you need to feel the burn and get you pumped for 2025. As he's saying,
Good morning, America! Let's go! Live from Times Square, it's Thursday. Good Morning America.
Well, they are very excited. Yeah. We are too. It's great to have Shaun T here with us this morning.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that later in the show. But we have a big announcement this morning. Right after the show, Robin Ginger and myself will head to California into the disaster zone where so much relief and aid is needed.
I go.
Yeah,
we're calling it SoCal Strong, right, Ginger? SoCal Strong. And we'll be joining our crew out there who, they've been doing a great job already. I mean, Matt, Kana, all the producers, all of the tech people who are just bringing this story to our homes.
Tireless, important work.
team.
And we've heard from so many of you after other national disasters in Rolling Fork, Maui, and the Southeast. We're so happy to be able to use our platform to share your stories, help direct aid to charities, also help people rebuild, get back to normal.
And we help our viewers. We really thank our viewers. And
Yes,
as you know, we've been Rolling Fork, Mississippi several times for the recovery, rebuild, reopening. And from being on the ground there, as we said, in Maui as well, the Southeast, the list unfortunately goes on and on. We know it's a long process ahead for Southern California.
Yeah, but we've got some pretty special moments planned for tomorrow.
And we're going to start right now. We can announce that together with their customers, Starbucks is making a donation totaling $1 million to organizations on the ground getting help to Californians who need it most. To learn more about how you can help, go to goodmorningamerica.com.
And Ginger, you know this because you are often going right back.
Yes.
You're there when the storms happen, when fires happen and things, and then you go back and you know that the people there, they're like, don't forget us.
I've been texting with people already and just assuring them we're coming back. And I like to check in, and sometimes this is all they need is, do you need anything right now? Can you help on an individual level? But I can't wait to see what we do as a show.
Big day tomorrow. Right now, we're going to look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the ceasefire agreement in the Middle East. Celebrations broke out across Israel and the Gaza Strip as word spread of the deal. Hamas set to release 33 hostages, including some of the Americans still being held. I want to go back to our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell in Tel Aviv. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. There's cautious optimism here that this breakthrough ceasefire deal is going to go ahead as planned on Sunday. But there are now real concerns about last-minute objections by Netanyahu's government. The Security Cabinet and the wider cabinet were supposed to have already met this morning, ratified the deal, then 2 days to allow for any potential objections. That hasn't happened. Accusations, certainly from Netanyahu government, that Hamas is reneging on the agreement, not really offering any evidence of that. Hamas insists the deal is still on, but there's still more talking to be done. A reminder, phase one of this deal includes the release of 33 hostages, including 2 Americans, in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners, the partial withdrawal of Israeli forces, and allowing that much-needed humanitarian aid to flow into Gaza, where more than 46,000 Palestinians have been killed since the start of the war, which, of course, began with that brutal attack here in Israel that left more than 1,200 dead and 250 kidnapped. You can see many of the kidnapped behind me, the hostage families gathering here every day. The deal brokered by the Biden administration and the incoming Trump administration, as well as Qatar and Egypt. They're going to moderate over it. And I think despite the hopes for peace, the war is still continuing overnight. More than 70 Palestinians killed since the ceasefire announcement was made. Michael?
All right, Ian, thank you so much for bringing that to us. And we're going to turn now to the Southwest Airlines pilot who was arrested at an airport in Georgia. Excuse me. And charged with driving under the influence. Trevor All is back with the story for us. Good morning again, Trevor.
Good morning again, Michael. So this was the flight from Georgia to Chicago, and it was all set to take off with passengers on board when law enforcement then boarded too. And they say the problem is the pilot showed up to work intoxicated.
This morning, passengers are demanding answers after police arrested a Southwest Airlines pilot for allegedly being intoxicated at the airport.
If I have to take my shoes off still before I get on a plane, it seems a little weird that I seem to kind of have to wonder if my pilot is sober.
Pilot David Alsop was arrested early Wednesday morning at Savannah Hilton Head Airport. Passenger Robert Newmarch says they were about to take off, but then a flight attendant told them there was a paperwork issue.
Shortly after that, one of the officers came on to the plane. He went into the cockpit and he came back out, and he was gone for a couple minutes, and we were just sitting there.
The flight was delayed more than 4 hours while they looked for another pilot. According to a police report, Alsop has been charged with driving under the influence.
We tend to think of alcohol and transportation as a driving situation. In other words, don't drive drunk. But by the same token, we think of it in above or below a certain tolerance level. There really is no tolerance level in commercial aviation. That should be 0 blood alcohol.
Southwest Airlines tells ABC they are aware of the situation and the employee has been removed from duty. There's nothing more important to Southwest than the safety of our employees and customers.
And Southwest also apologized to those passengers impacted and said they were booked on new flights if needed. The original scheduled flight time and the time when police say the pilot was intoxicated, 6:05 a.m., guys.
Ooh, all right, Trevor, thanks for bringing that to us. A big win for women's college basketball. Teams will now be paid for playing in the March Madness tournament, just like the men have for years. Now, this is under a new plan unanimously adopted by NCAA members. In the first year, teams will be awarded $15 million out of the newly created Performance Fund. That will grow to $25 million by 2028. South Carolina coach Dawn Staley of the defending national champions, she says this continues our fight to lift women's basketball to historic levels.
But it's amazing that it hasn't been happening before.
Well, it took some time, and last year in the championship game, it outdrew the men's championship game by 4 million, something like viewers. Yeah. It's very significant. Coming up, our GMA Morning Menu. The annual American Cancer Society report was just released. The chief scientific officer is here with an exclusive breakdown, including the alarming trend for women.
Also ahead, with many wildfire victims turning to GoFundMe for help, well, you should know about fees before you donate.
Plus, celebrity fitness trainer and transformation coach Shaun T is helping us start strong with great at-home exercise to help you get strong and build muscle. And Tori is here with deals and skills. Hey, Tori.
Hi, Michael. That's right. You know we are in the middle of the cold winter months, which can do a number on your skin. So I've got some wonderful winter skin and hair care savings to help you look and feel your best. And all of these are from small businesses. That's coming up right here on GMA.
We're back now with our GMA cover story. The American Cancer Society has just released its annual report this year, finding higher rates among women and younger adults for certain types of cancer. ACS Chief Scientific Officer Dr. William Dahut is here for an exclusive breakdown of the report. Good to have you back.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. Yeah.
So tell us about this year's report.
Well, let's start with some good news. We see a 34% decrease in cancer mortality since the high water mark of 1991. That's over 4.5 million cancer deaths averted, which is really great news.
Yeah.
largely due to decreased smoking, decreased tobacco use, early detection, and also some new drugs. We see much better outcomes in melanoma and some kind of lung cancers.
But then there is another study, a headline doc that said the cancer diagnosis in women in certain types of cancer has surpassed the men. So what are we seeing there?
Yeah, so this is really an important change, and it comes around for a couple reasons. So I think the striking information, for the first time, if you're a woman under the age of 65, you're more likely to have a cancer diagnosis than a man. And it's twofold. One, we're seeing some increased risk of cancer, and breast cancer and thyroid cancer. But what's really sort of striking is, for the first time under the age of 65, lung cancer is now more likely to develop lung cancer in women than in men. This is really a sea change over time.
Sure is. What are the other notable trends?
We're seeing some things that I think are really important. One thing is we're seeing really a change in the age of diagnosis. We're seeing a shift from cancer over the age of 65, which is still the greatest risk factor, to between ages 50 and 64, and really an increase in incidence rate of people under the age of 50. We're also seeing some concerning continued trends as far as cancer disparities. If you're a Native American, you're much more likely to have die from multiple cancers, such as kidney cancer, lung cancer, as well as stomach cancer. And disparities persist in breast cancer, where black women are more likely to die from disease, although white women are more likely to be diagnosed, and greater deaths in endometrial cancer, particularly.
Oh, I know, and I've heard this, since I was diagnosed. So it's like, as a black woman, you're less likely to be diagnosed, but more likely to die if you do. And you get this information, and you don't know what to do with it. What can folks do? What can folks do hearing this report?
So I think there are two things to think about. One, first of all, I think it's really important to know your own cancer risk. We've seen a lot of increased cancer in young folks, and many of those cancer are really linked to cancer genetics and family history. We don't really talk about family history of cancer. It's, I think if you knew that your first cousin or your aunt, what kind of cancer they had, you might want to be screened differently. And ultimately, we want screening to be very precision-based and personalized. And then there are activities we know about. Over 50% of cancers are actually preventable cancer deaths. Tobacco is half of that. So you can't smoke. And only 5% of high school kids are smoking, but 25% are vaping. So we have to watch that. And then things you do for your heart, when you're riding your bike or eating well, actually can prevent cancer. Get the vaccination to prevent cancer, and particularly if you have high cancer risk, really moderate your alcohol use.
Is there any other message that you have for the public?
So I think overall, we've seen these great progress in pediatric cancer. And it's really been done because cancer centers and docs have gotten together to get people involved in clinical trials. Leukemia was really almost a death sentence for kids back in the 70s. And we've really decreased the cancer mortality by over 70% for people on clinical trials. So get involved in clinical trials. We have a clinical trial, a study right now going on, enrolling black women. It's called the Voices Study. And if you look at voices.cancer.org, it's really important to look at the factors that are driving cancer risk to understand why we see these horrible disparities persist.
So there's something we can do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks so much for letting me on today. So
we'll share it with Pop News. We got a little preview.
Yeah,
right. He's going to share with everybody else.
Bring that up at the end, George. Good morning. We're going to pop over the pond to begin Pop News this morning. It is awards season, and the BAFTA nominations have been revealed. Now, to my knowledge, voters do not sequester in a conclave to make their picks. But nevertheless, the movie Conclave received the most nominations, with 12, including Best Film, Best Director, and Leading Man for Ralph Fiennes. And Golden Globes darling, Emilia Perez was right behind with 11 nominations. Also receiving nominations, The Substance, Wicked, A Complete Unknown, Gladiator 2, Dune Part 2. That makes this year's BAFTAs the most genre diverse in its history, according to film critics and historians. The ceremony is 1 month from today. It could serve as a bellwether for the Oscars because last year, the winners of the top 6 categories matched perfectly to the Oscar winners just a few weeks later.
Wait a minute, you're forgetting one very important nomination as well. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, received the Best Documentary.
I might not have forgotten to mention that. I just didn't want to brag, but we're thrilled and honored that the documentary about my dad is nominated. It's a real honor.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved.
Thank you. Let's move now back to Return the Favor to you, Robin. Let's go to a GMA exclusive. Harlem Ice is a new documentary executive produced by Robin Roberts alongside Ron Howard and Brian Grazer, produced by Imagine Documentaries. It's about the highs and lows of an organization here in New York called Figure Skating in Harlem. We've got a first look at the trailer. Check it out.
Being on a team with people of color is very different. It's a lot of pressure.
Being ready for their biggest competition.
We're hard on you because I know that you guys can be great.
I'm still a lot going through my head. I'm hoping that I get my solo.
Come on in if you're auditioning.
It is a mental game. Things can be overwhelming for these girls.
The sisterhood and friendship brings out the power.
No one realizes how much work goes into being a figure skater.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Harlem Ice is set to tell the stories of the coaches and girls of figure skating in Harlem as they prepare for competitions, performances, and a life-changing global experience. The whole series begins streaming February 12th on Disney+. Robin, it looks magnificent.
These young women and the coaches, they're so dynamic. First of all, they're so talented to begin with, but to see how they just grew throughout the docuseries and the way that they bonded together and the stories that they have to tell, it's beautiful.
It's going to be really special. Yeah. Can't wait for that. February 12th, Disney+. Got it. And now, if you build it, they will come. We are excited to exclusively reveal country superstar and star of The Blind Side, we were talking about before, among other films, Tim McGraw. He's performing a first-of-its-kind concert this summer. The United States Concert Agency and StubHub announcing the first ever all-day concert event at the legendary Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. The Grammy winner will headline the event. August 30th happens to be McGraw's late father's birthday. Tug McGraw, he was a World Series champion.
Gotta believe.
Yeah, there you go. He played for the Mets and the Phillies. Tickets for this one-day show go on sale January 24th, and that is pop news.
Yeah. Well done.
Thanks.
Congratulations to you both. All right, time for me to go over here and talk to Tori, because when the temperature drops down, you know what? You need to step up your skin and your hair care game, right? That's why I'm heading over here to Tori, who has deals and steals for winter skin and hair. Now, these products are all from small businesses, which we both love.
We do both
Good
love.
morning to you. What we got?
We're starting with a favorite. This is Womanist.
Womanist.
And what I like to call these are the midlife must-haves. So do you feel how cooling that is?
Yeah, that's freezing.
Cooling. Okay, so this is called Let's Neck. And so it's for this often neglected neck area. But what they're so genius about, so obviously firming, it's a real treatment, but what they're genius about is the application. You get this cool roller. So if you're having a little bit of a hot moment, this is the one you want to keep in the freezer because it's an instant cool down. So you get a combination of a cool down and a treatment at the same time. They also have the same kind of cooling roller for their Plump It Up. This is a great way to rejuvenate with retinol. All of their products have very specific purposes. They really deliver. They are beloved, and today they are 50% off starting at $11.
Plump it up.
Plump it up.
That's
okay,
right.
Lion Pose. This is backed by actress Mindy Kaling, and you know that she knows her stuff.
Yes, she does.
It was started with that product right there, Unspotted 4X. The 4 stands for 4 active acids that are designed to both treat and exfoliate to visibly reduce acne, scars, dark spots in as little as 2 weeks. I can attest that this product works. It is in my cabinet. I use it. It has really helped to not just reduce the appearance, but in some cases for me, eliminate those dark spots. We also have from them what I love, one of their newer ones. This is called Ghostbuster. And what's fabulous about this, and our producer Allie was just telling me she uses it every day, it's SPF built into your skincare. So a lot of times we forget that SPF routine because it's just one more step.
It's another level, another layer.
Another layer. This allows your skin to look glowy, not ghostly. So there's no white cast that it leaves. You get protection and treatment, everything half price. You got those ready to go for you?
I'm taking those with me, and I love the packaging. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, Lux Unfiltered. This is great because get a little extra pep in your step when you've got a little glow, tanning glow. We like fake tans, that don't look fake. This one right here, though, this is not a tanning product, but
I was going to say, I don't need the tanning product.
You don't need the tanning product, but smell how good this is. This is their body care that also has ingredients that this is blood orange, my favorite. But the tanning products are really fabulous because they've got good for your skin ingredients and no bad smell, so you can get that little extra tan, look great, feel great, and know that you're treating your skin at the same time. Your skin looks dewy too. You get the tan drops, dewy and buildable tan. Everything slashed in half starts at $10.
All right, great deal there. What we got?
Alberto reminded me this is what you get in a first class seat on Delta Airlines, which
Alberto would know, I guess, right?
Easy everyday essentials. Feel that one, how good that is. That is for your face, but it feels so good on your skin from Grown Alchemist. These are all plant-based formulas that what I love about that Hydro Restore Day Cream, non-greasy formula, which is really great. But we've got all kinds of cleansers, hand washes. We also have their masks, which are great. Good prices too. All slash and half starts at $12. Okay, Go Pure, making its GMA Deals debut. Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. This is one that, it's going in as little as 4 weeks. You see smoother, tighter skin. They also have it for arms. This happens to be something you would find. Tighten it. If we want arms like this, that jar right there. If you don't want to go to the gym, you got it in the jar. We also have their triple serums, which are fabulous. All slash and half starts at $14.50. And we must end with Quaj Hair Care. We've got some phenomenal products, brand new line for us. Uplifting, voluming mousse. If you've got thin, fine hair, this is for you. Beyond Shine Spray. I used it today. I love it. And then if you've got curly hair, but you don't want the frizz, Defining Gel, all slash and half, starts at $10.50. Good one to get in on.
I tell you what, you make that look easy. That was a lot.
That was
Great
a lot.
job, Tori.
That was a
Give
lot.
me some. Don't leave me hanging.
You make
All right.
it easy.
Well, you know what? We partnered with these companies on these deals, so everybody at home, go to goodmorningamerica.com to find all of these offers, all right? And Tori's going to be back with more deals and steals to support LA wildfire relief. Then coming up, how teens can use social media to help them in college admissions process. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Back to the wildfires now. They've led to an outpouring of donations from around the country, with many people turning to GoFundMe to help. But it has led to questions about fees. Matt Rivers is in Pacific Palisades with the story. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. Yeah, the scale of these wildfires is just so massive. It's difficult to comprehend. The need now so great. And yet we've seen an outpouring of support, donations in person like this one, but also thousands of GoFundMe pages individually set up to help those trying to rebuild. But experts say you have to pay attention, do your research when you're donating.
This morning, a staggering amount of GoFundMe pages helping fire victims get ready to rebuild. People just like the Bailey family. 3 generations lived in this house in Altadena, a lifetime of memories ripped away in a single night when the Eaton fire raced down the ridge.
Our neighbor, she said, Sandra, it says 0.5 miles away. Get your mom and get out.
It wasn't until the next day that they learned their house was gone.
We have lost everything, all of our history. For each generation, there's pictures and they're all gone.
The Bailey's GoFundMe page, a crucial start to rebuilding, is just one of more than 1,500 set up in the fire's aftermath.
In the last week, about $100 million has been raised on GoFundMe.
A tremendous tool, but one that has sparked some confusion over suspected fees. When completing a donation, there is also an option to tip the company directly.
Sometimes people don't realize they're optional because they're automatically tipped. There is the option to move that donation all the way down to $0 if you don't want to donate anything at all.
GoFundMe says the only mandatory fees associated with a donation are transactional fees.
The fees on GoFundMe are transactional fees that are related to running a credit card. And those are 2.9%. plus 30 cents per donation.
And for many worried about where they're donating their money, GoFundMe says they go through a rigorous verification process.
We set up a centralized hub. This page houses all of the fundraisers that have been verified by our trust and safety team, meaning they've been reviewed.
People like the Bailey family say GoFundMe is a huge lifeline for them.
It's not just a neighborhood. It's not just a city. It's really like a legacy.
Now, GoFundMe says they have a lot of checks and balances in place to prevent fraud, but they also suggest really reviewing the pages that you want to donate to. Check to make sure the pictures on the page are clear. Look at the relationship between the organizer of the page and the beneficiary of the page. And who's commenting? Is it friends and family of the beneficiaries? These are all common sense things, guys, that we can do to make sure we avoid fraud while donating this crucial aid.
Because people really want to help, and they just want to know that their money is going to the right places, whether it's there in Southern California, whether it's because of the storms that we saw in the Southeast. People are just really in need, and people want to help. Thank you. Now we have the stress so many families are feeling when it comes to college admissions, but there are some new ways any student can stand out. 2020 Deborah Roberts spoke to the author of Brand Up, the ultimate playbook for college and career success in the digital world. Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning, Robin. And boy, do they need a playbook, right? This is the stressor that students, and let's face it, their parents are feeling right now. How to stand out in a sea of applications where it's a fiercely competitive process right now. Colleges are admitting fewer students, and the pressure is on to stand out. But teens who are savvy on social media and willing to put themselves out there, experts say, may be overlooking a few critical ideas to put them on top. With so many parents struggling to get their teens off smartphones and away from social media, it's hard to imagine some experts saying, not so fast.
There's a real opportunity for high school students to use social media to their advantage.
In her book, Brand Up, the ultimate playbook for college and career success in the digital world, Stacey Ross Cohen says social media can actually be a tool to open doors.
Start thinking about your passions and strengths and your career aspirations, like how you can tie your social media platforms to that. Admission officers are looking at applicants' social media as part of the decision-making process.
So it's not just about being a good kid who's engaged and who's got good grades anymore.
No, they want to make sure that if they accept a student into their school, that they're going to fit in with the community.
What do you say to these kids who are having fun and putting their worst selves online?
They don't understand the consequences, right? Their teen brain just doesn't get it yet. Everything that you post online is permanent and discoverable.
So Cohen offers a roadmap to help kids navigate their online lives. It's all about personal branding.
It's not about me, me, me. It is what is your value to others? What is your superpower?
She suggests 3 key ways for a young person to stand out. First, showcase the best you.
You want to make sure that your online presence is sterling.
Then choose your online tools.
Choose the social media platforms that accentuate your strength and that are also aligned with your academic and career goals.
And finally, network.
Connect with alumni, faculty, admission officers, other professionals.
These crucial skills now part of a digital communications curriculum for 8th graders at Lake Highland Preparatory School in Florida, where co-author Jason Schaefer is using the book to lay the foundation.
We are hoping to allow students the opportunity to discover themselves, promote themselves, and use their stories as an advantage.
9th grader Ariana Cedeno took the course.
I learned how to use social media properly, making connections with future colleges, and just overall just being yourself and just loving who you are.
Her mom, Regina, no longer fearing social media.
I am definitely excited about social media and how to utilize it to advance her.
Cohen also has a few other specifics for your teen. She recommends that all of them by age 16 should have a LinkedIn account, not just for older professionals anymore. And of course, don't forget to register with your desired college online. And most important, check those emails when they send them to you from the college. Believe it or not, colleges are tracking to see who's really paying attention, who's opening the emails, and who's seriously interested in their school. So it's all about that footprint online, which can be for good as well as for bad.
Times are changing.
Absolutely.
My goodness, thank you. What's up about 2020? What do y'all got cooking with that?
We've got, thank you, Robin, for asking. I appreciate it. We've got a great story this weekend, this Friday coming up, so make sure you check and see. Yeah, once again, the mystery. What happened with that family? Once again.
I saw the promo for it.
Yep.
That's why I was hoping you'd give us a little more.
Is it who you thought was the person, the culprit?
Okay. You're not going to give us?
Nope.
Okay,
that's it.
Now with our Start Strong series helping you get strong in the new year. Look at all these strong people around here. Yes.
Let's go.
Research from Ohio State University shows that by the end of the month, 43% of Americans will not be doing their New Year's resolutions. They're quitting. So we've got celebrity fitness trainer and transformation coach of Dig Deeper, Shaun T, joining us this morning, keeping us all on track and some simple tips to keep us moving, fit, and healthy. Shaun, we're so happy you're here.
Thank you.
This is exciting.
I'm very excited. You know, creating Dig Deeper, just having people put on muscle. I say muscle's the fountain of youth, but I did want to tell people exercises and give people exercise that you can do at home with just your body weight, or if you want to do it at the gym or at home with some dumbbells, and the difference between the two.
Because there's a real science to it, activating your muscles, just like your program, Dig Deeper.
Exactly, there's a real science. And I want to be very transparent. Nothing people see here is new. It's how you do the exercises and the benefits they have that are really important.
Okay, so we have two sides. We've got body weight over here, and we have weights.
Body weight. Let's get this body weight.
The weights and strength, but let's start with body.
Yes, we're going to do some dynamic lunges and squats right here. So we're doing dynamic lunges and squats, and the reason why you start with that lower body is because it is the largest muscle group and you burn the most calories. And when you're just using your body weight, like in my Max 30 workout, what you're doing is you have built-in cardio there, right? So your heart rate goes up, especially with that lower body, generates a little bit more power and calorie burn. All right, let's go to the next thing. Let's do some plie squat.
I love these
plie squats. She's in it. You already see she's 20-25 fit. But the thing about using these exercises, especially something in a plie squat, is you don't just squat down and up. You really get to stretch the hamstrings and the glutes, squeeze them on the way up. The activation is what's really important. But we're going to leave you guys for a second.
Yes.
We're going to go over here to the weighted exercises.
Because weights are everything. I can't pass a corner on my algorithm that says, hey, old lady, you got to start lifting weights.
Well, you don't look old and you have the muscle. So let's get into that.
Why are weights so critical?
Weights are critical because whenever you add any load to your body, that means you can tear the muscle a little bit more in a good way. And it is muscle building. So as we get older, I'll be 47 very soon, I want to put on a little muscle. It protects the joints. But so here also lower body, adding some weight to that. That's where the next day it's hard to get out of the chair and other places. You know, all right, let's move on to some hip thrusts. Yeah, so we have, whenever you add that weight, you could do it without the weight. Whenever you add that weight, you push it in the legs, in the quads, in the hamstrings, in the glutes. This is the work that you need. Now, one quick tip. Squeeze everything on the way back up. Squeeze the quad, squeeze the hammy, squeeze the glutes.
Squeeze right at the top.
I'm not gonna touch there, I'll touch here though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Let's go there.
You feel it, I'm
Good,
doing
we got it. All right, let's go back to the body weight exercises.
And we're always hearing engage your core. So how do we do that at home?
I always say use your core. One of the foundational things you can have is a strong core. Oh, you're gonna get down and do some push-ups? Let's go.
I gotta be on a
I like to say, when you choose an exercise, make sure it's a push-up. Let's go. Push-up, down and up. Now with the push-ups, use your triceps, use your chest, using your shoulder, you're using your core front and back, because your back is part of the core as well. You're using your glutes, squeeze those glutes, inner thighs. Your body is working, full body movement. If you can't do anything else, do push-ups. Now let's go to the low plank. We're really gonna work on the core. Crunches aren't the only thing that's gonna get you that strong core. Number one, let's put our head in neutral spine. Always look down towards your hands and keep the core nice and tight. Now, you wanna get to a point where you can hold this for a minute, and if you're shaking, that means you're doing a good job.
I'm shaking.
You guys can get up.
And
now we're gonna hit some upper body.
Yes, let's get upper.
With weight. So, everyone thinks just a chest press is the best way to work that chest, but underhand front raises, if you squeeze, now this is where I talk about mind-muscle connection. Whenever you lift, think about the muscle you're working and you will contract it a little bit more. It's automatic. So this is a good chest exercise. If you don't want to get on the floor and do push-ups, again, you have the weight, adding the load, get the burn.
It's like the intention of this is what it's gonna be.
And then we're gonna do a curl press. Let's do the curl press. I'm gonna take your weights. We're gonna give it to the most fit person on stage right here.
Right?
Then a 15.
I've seen your abs, Shaun.
So we're gonna hit curl and then a press. I'm gonna give her a little spot right here. One of the reasons why I like this move, and this is very important, whenever you do weights, you want to extend the muscle, stretch it as much as possible, and you get that same thing when you hit the shoulder. But let's just do one more. I got you. I got you. One more. All right, give him back to Chip. Give him back to Chip.
Chip, you've got this. You are obviously stronger than I.
The entire goal is to add weight to your body. Again, building muscle is the fountain of youth. And to my lovely ladies out there, you will not get bulky.
Of course not.
So get strong, not bulky.
Thank you, Sean. We are so appreciative that all of you are here this morning getting us motivated. You can check out Sean T's new program. It's a workout, Dig Deeper. It is available now on body.com. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And now we've got a little reminder to bug out from National Geographic. A Real Bug's Life returns with a new bug-tastic season. You can dive into the weird and wonderful world of microbugs. It's great for the whole family. My family loves it. Narrated by award-winning actress Awkwafina. And all episodes of A Real Bug's Life Season 2 are now streaming on Disney+. Will?
All right, Ginger, I love Bug's Life. It's an exciting morning for the Disney Dreamers Academy. 100 students from across the country are learning they have earned a spot for this year's spring program at Disney World. And 2 of them found out a little early from Mickey himself. The Academy brings exceptional young people to Disney World for mentorship, career workshops, and professional skill development. And for a list of this year's participants and to learn more, head to DisneyDreamersAcademy.com. And coming up, comedian and actor Roy Wood Jr. is here to tell us about his new stand-up comedy special, his squat comedy special.
We are back with comedian and actor Roy Wood Jr. He's got a new stand-up special called Lonely Flowers. Welcome back. How's it going?
How you been, George?
Doing well.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Tell us about Lonely Flowers.
Man, it's a wonderful special where I wanted to do a special where, I've done jokes about politics in the world or whatever. I wanted to focus on the idea of connection. Like, as a people, we're all beautiful flowers. Put us together, you're a bouquet. So I wanted to explore the world of connection and the lack of it that we've seemed to have in the last couple of years in this country. We don't talk no more. When the last time you answered your phone?
Answered
for like a phone call.
I have
you
to
old
know
school.
who's
You
calling.
probably only use the phone.
No, I got the phone here, but I don't.
Okay.
I do not answer it if I don't know if the name doesn't
Remember
pop up.
when the phone, an unknown number was a surprise? You'd be like, ooh, who could it be? And now you're like,
Now
you
you're
don't
scared,
know. You're
right?
scared.
Right.
People texting me, you got all the scammers going, hey man, I can fix your bank loan, or you gonna sell the house?
So do you answer your phone?
No, absolutely not.
Let's take a look at a clip.
I don't know if we're gonna make it. We've lost connection. We ain't been right since COVID, man. We don't talk, we don't interact, we don't chit chat no more. We don't even like talking on the phone. We get mad if the phone rings. The phone that was invented for talking. You get mad. Oh hell no. You got to text me first. Don't just be calling me. Give me a sneak preview of the conversation. And then I will decide if this conversation requires a human connection.
All true.
yeah, very true. But it's a blessing, to be able to talk about something that I think affects everybody across all races and genders and ages. It's just the idea that you can go in a store, you can't find no employee. Like, it used to be a good time. And the stores used to have people that would help you. They had a greeter. The store used to have somebody at the door who would just say, hey, while you walked in, there you go. Where's the connection, George? That's all I'm saying, man. If you was black, they used to have somebody follow you around the store. It was a special time. You had your own personal, I think that's what it was. It was a personal friend.
So does your mom weighed in on the special?
My mom, man, is probably she is my biggest supporter. I mean, there was a time where one of my mom's students found out that I was sleeping in the bus station between gigs.
True?
Yeah, when I first started, I didn't have a car. So my mom, to keep me from sleeping in bus stations, put down on me, get in a vehicle, man. So, she's a fan of it, but all my mama care about is whether or not my shirt is ironed and my hair is brushed. That's all black mama wants.
So she's happy now.
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
You're also on Celebrity Jeopardy. How's that going?
So Celebrity Jeopardy, we raising money for charity. I'm going to be on that later on this month. What they don't tell you about Jeopardy is that Everybody knows the answer. The trick is being able to buzz in.
It's the buzzer.
fast enough.
That's the
and
thing.
nobody tells you that, and that's the conspiracy. And then you be on TV looking stupid, and you got $0, and then people be like, "You don't know nothing." I be like, "I do, but my thumb don't move fast, and I gotta do. You gotta do these. Where's Sean T at? What do I do?" Ask Sean T if I can do thumb dips to get my muscles straight.
Work on it.
Yeah, so I don't, but it's going to be a wonderful time, and I'm hoping that I win, and I'm hoping I get to raise some money for some wonderful Birmingham charities back home.
And you got a movie coming out as well. You're working with Keanu Reeves, Cameron Diaz, Jonah Hill.
Yeah, it's Keanu, Cameron, Jonah Hill. The movie's Outcome is coming out on Apple later on this year. Another film I'm very excited about, director Rachel Holder directed a wonderful film called Love, Brooklyn, with myself, Andre Holland, DeWanda Wise, and Nicole Bahari, and we're showcasing at Sundance later this month. So I get to go to Sundance, man, and pretend to ski.
Well, thank you for coming here this morning.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Lonely Flowers premieres on Hulu tomorrow. Rob and Michael Ginzer on their way to California. We'll see you tomorrow.